first for the Heat. Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the 4 slot. And for the Lakers, Nash and Bryant in the backcourt. And holding down the middle out of Central Michigan University, the skilled and ambidextrous 7-footer, Chris Kaman. Then there's Nick Young, and it's Gasol in at the 4 spot.
Well, Kobe's never been shy about shooting. You know, a lot of people would argue that he gets maybe a little too shot happy sometimes, but you want a guy who's dominant. You want a guy who's not afraid, who's going to fail and just come right back and fire away the next time.
Now let's find out what head coach Mike D'Antoni had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
We talked about the strategy as it applies to D. Wade. He said Dwayne can score at will when he gets into a rhythm. So our job is going to be prevent him from getting into that rhythm in the first place. Because if we can't do that, the points will just pile up. Most opponents are completely aware of that, guys.
All right, Doris. And here is LeBron. Following the 3 from Young. The turnaround. And he overshot that one, missing. And when you talk about Kobe's role offensively for the Lakers, it's worth mentioning last season was one of his most efficient scoring the basketball.
It really was. And you consider the turmoil that surrounded the Lakers all season. It was remarkable that Kobe was as even-keeled as he was. Stayed focused, and start to finish, he delivered the type of all-star performance that he always does. Very impressive.
That's a bad shot. You really hurt your team by taking a shot from that range. Put your defense in jeopardy.
And it certainly won't make him any friends with his teammates.
Wade, and he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. That's on Nick Young.
Wade seems to be slowing down just a touch, and the difficulty as you get older, when you're not a great jump shooter, which Wade is not, is that the defenses will back off you. And that's the big challenge now for Dwayne Wade, adjusting to that newer style of defense that he's going to be looking at.
And the second free throw, good. And Steve, you go back to the strong output for Dwayne Wade last season for the 4th time. In his career, he averaged over 20 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Clark, one of only 4 players in the league last season to hit that mark.
And Kevin, he led all shooting guards in player efficiency rating for the 5th consecutive season. Some might argue, but the numbers speak truth. He's the best shooting guard in the game.
Here's Kobe. Back to Young. From past the arc. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Young's got 6.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that 3-pointer.
Chalmers dishes to Bosh. Back to Chalmers. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
You know, people look at Mario Chalmers and say he might not be your typical point guard. He's not a big-time penetrator or playmaker, but he's a good fit for the Heat with his active defense and spot-up shooting from long range. I think it's a hand-in-glove fit, actually.
And so Chalmers nails both of them. And Chalmers, a 3-time All-American, NCAA champion his junior season at Kansas, received the Most Outstanding Player Award for that 2008 tournament.
Hit what was probably the biggest shot in Kansas history, the 3-pointer that sent that game against Memphis into overtime that allowed the Jayhawks to go on and win that national championship.
No problems knocking that one down.
Man, a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Lakers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Kobe kicks to Kaman. Back to Kobe. Lakers working the ball around now. Nash the pass to Young. The 3-pointer no good. Miami trailing. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Chalmers with the ball. That puts them in the lead. LeBron's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication, has really become an outstanding coach.
Shane Battier is checked in for Miami. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Hill dishes to Gasol. Pass to Nash. Back to Gasol. He feeds it to Nash. Kicks to Young. From deep. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Young's got 9. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information. Wow. Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in the game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
Man, that was just amazing.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open. And, you know, for the Lakers last season, a lot of turmoil. And you think about the coaching change, but it wasn't just that. It was a whole system change as well. And the front office felt the Princeton offense they started using wasn't working out. So they were in a state of flux all season long.
That free throw good from Wade. And going back to the Princeton offense that Clark mentioned, Steve, tell us about that offense and why do you think it didn't work out?
Well, they only gave it 5 games, Kevin. I mean, Mike Brown was 1-4 when he got fired, and that's impossible to install an offense and expect it to work that quickly. So, I mean, I think the offense would have been fine if they had given it time and given Mike Brown some time to install it.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
And Anderson kicks to Allen. Feeds to Wade. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
Lakers leading by 3. Right side, Gasol. Battier with the steal. Now it's Battier running. He can go all the way. Here's Cole. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Nice early advantage for them on the glass, guys.
You know, part of rebounding well early is just going after the ball and boxing out. I mean, establishing that tone so that you can maintain it later in the game.
Wade kicks to Battier. That one off the back iron and out.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 1.